welcome to the Dress Up Mom. Hi guys, back again with another video and with my special guest, Katie, my lovely niece who's here and has been helping me out with some videos. Today we are going to do a braid tutorial. Katie is really good at braiding. I don't know how to do it at all, and it is a big thing now, so we are going to try to show you all how to do some braids. But first, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you are a regular viewer and a subscriber, I love you. It means so much to me. If you haven't and you want to subscribe, please do. Super easy, that button below. Click it, free. We're on all the social media outlets, at The Dress Up Mom, hashtag The Dress Up Mom. And I'll put in a plug for Katie's channel, which is Katie's Korner. I'll put some links there. She does lifestyle, all kinds of great stuff, hair, makeup, fashion, her whole fun, exciting life. Katie's Korner, check her out on Instagram, everywhere else too. Okay, Katie, so tell me about braiding. What are the braids that you want to show people to do, how to do?
So I'm going to show a French braid and then a Dutch braid, which is a reverse French braid, and then also fishtailing.
Okay, cool. So you're going to do most of them on you because you have that nice long hair, but look, I have this tiny short hair and she's telling me that somehow she can braid this.
Yep,
which
just right up here we can braid and put a nice little French braid in and then pin it back right here.
Okay, I would have never guessed that. So, all right, which one do we start with?
We can start with the French braid on you if you want.
Okay, great.
So you're just taking a section of hair. I usually just start like right where the part is, and then you're going to separate it into 3 strands. Okay. And then for this, you're going to cross over and over again, and then I like to pick up hair as I go. And you pick up hair on both sides, just a little bit. And you're just going to keep crossing over and adding, crossing over and adding. Something that you can play with and see how much how thick you want your braid to be, how far back you want it to go.
Yeah, I would have never guessed with my short hair that you could somehow braid it.
Yeah. So we're just going to secure the braid with a ponytail. And then we're gonna take a bobby pin. You're just gonna go through the elastic and then push up into the scalp with the hair and then cover it. Ta-da!
Gorgeous! Let me take a peek. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, it
2 minutes. Feels really, really good, and I think it adds a whole nother look. I'm gonna try that.
Right, and so now we're gonna do a Dutch braid, which is the reverse French braid. So you're still gonna do the same technique where you're bringing pieces in after every braid, but instead of putting it on top, you're gonna take it underneath. So if you watch, I'm gonna do this without walking fully. But you're gonna take a piece, separate it into 3 strands, and you're gonna go underneath with the braid. Underneath again. And then I like to pick up hair and go underneath, and then underneath again. And you just keep going. I think I'm doing good.
You are. There's the mirror if you need. So I see what you're doing. You're using like really tiny pieces of hair. Whenever I've tried to do it, I think what I've been doing is using starting with too big of sections. So you're really starting with like a small pieces and even keeping it pretty small.
Yeah, it just depends on how you want the thickness of the braid to be. I like starting thin and then adding more.
Right.
And like, you can keep going all the way down your hair. I can do it all day. So, once you get to the back, it's kind of easier because you can just feel around for it. Like, I'm really not even looking at a mirror at all. And you can just keep adding. And then, I know this isn't going to be the most perfect shape-wise, because I'm not looking, but just keep going all the way down your hair.
Wow, it looks really cool. I've not seen this one. The braid is like really accentuated. Yeah.
Because you're putting the braid on top.
Uh-huh.
So
the underneath. Oh, that's really cool. It feels really sturdy, I guess. I'm guessing.
Yeah. And then, so if you want to add a little bit more dimension to your braid, you just pull pieces out.
Oh, cool.
Keep going. And you can do it however you want. A lot of people will get like really tiny pieces. So it really like makes your braid lay flat, but still has volume to it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that. That looks so pretty. Look at all the highlights on your hair coming through. Wow.
And pull some pieces up here.
So that makes it just looser and thicker. Yeah.
And there's that.
Gorgeous. What is that one called?
That's the Dutch braid.
Dutch braid.
Yes. And then, all right. And so now I'm going to teach you guys how to do a fish braid. And it's called a fishtail because when it's when you're in the middle of doing it, if you separate the strands, it looks like a fish's tail. And I'll show you guys when I'm in the middle of it. So you're just going to take your hair into 2 chunks. And now my hair is not fully long enough to do this, but I'm just going to show you. So you're taking a small strand and you're wrapping it around one of your strands over here and bringing it to the other. And then you're going to do that again. And you can do it in the back or the front. I like to do it in the back just the way my hair parts. I think it grabs this part of my side, this side of my hair really nicely.
So you're starting with the like the very back pieces of the hair and bringing those to the front.
Yeah. You just keep doing it. This one takes a little bit longer to do, but I like it. You guys see the fishtail? Do you see how it looks like a fish's tail yet? I don't know if it looks like it.
It does look like it. Yes, definitely.
So that's where it got its name from. And sooner or later throughout the braid, it actually like separates the pieces for you because you're getting hair that's already been separated. So you don't have to like guess where you should grab a strand. It'll grab it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, like see how there's this piece is separated.
I see. And again, you're using kind of small pieces. I know what you mean. If you have like really long, thick hair, you might use bigger ones. But
yeah,
but it's pretty with the small. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then before you secure it, if you wanted to add some dimension to it, you want to do it before you secure it because as soon as you put in the hair tie, it'll kind of prevent you from being able to grab pieces. So you're just going to grab pieces like this, and it just helps your hair look a little bit thicker, a little bit fuller.
Yeah.
And
just a little messier and cooler. Wow,
so
that is very cool.
And this is fish's tail.
The fish's tail. Yeah. There you go. So great, good for you. That's very fun. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something and could see how it's fairly easy, or at least Katie makes it look really easy to do. I'm sure it takes a little bit of practice, but would love to hear any of your braiding tips or which one was your favorite in the comments below. Thank you again very much for watching. Check out Katie's Corner, and until next time, dress it up a little.